You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
You might remember the terrifying events that shook Memphis back in September 2022. Ezekiel Kelly, who was just 19 at the time, went on a shooting spree that left 3 people dead and injured several others, forcing the city into an unprecedented lockdown. This week, that chapter came to a close in court. On August 13th, Kelly pleaded guilty to all 28 felony charges he faced, including 3 counts of first-degree murders. As part of his plea, he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole for the murders, followed by an additional 221 years for the remaining charges. The spree began in the early hours of September 7, 2022. Police reports indicate that Kelly's first victim was 24-year-old Dwayne Sosa Tunstall Jr., who was shot while talking with friends outside his home in Berkeley. From there, Kelly's rampage moved to a store in Nutbush, where another shooting took place. Throughout the day, he drove around South Memphis and Midtown, streaming portions of the violence live on Facebook, and even stole multiple vehicles, one of which was involved in a fatal carjacking. At one point, he crossed into Mississippi and committed another carjacking before returning to Tennessee, where he was finally apprehended around 9:30 p.m. that evening. The aftermath of his arrest revealed a troubling history. Documents show Kelly had previously been arrested for attempted first-degree murder and reckless endangerment in 2020, serving a 3-year sentence and being released in March 2022, just months before the sprees. The citywide lockdown issued during the spree lasted several hours as police tracked him across Memphis, marking the first shelter-in-place order ever issued in the city due to an active shooter threat. During the court proceedings, the gravity of Kelly's crimes was underscored by statements from the families of the victims. Aubrey Miller, the brother-in-law of one of the murdered victims, spoke about turning to religion for strength, which brought Kelly to tears in court. Kelly himself spoke briefly, acknowledging his past mistakes and stating he was working to become a better person. He admitted, "I was at the darkest place of my life when all of this occurred." Kelly's plea deal eliminated the possibility of the death penalty, which had been on the table had the case gone to trial, and will prevent any appeal. With his sentencing finalized, Memphis and the families affected by the tragedy can finally see some resolution, though the scars from that day will linger. The events serve as a somber reminder of how quickly violence can erupt and impact an entire community. If you want, I can also create a slightly more dramatic, storytelling version. Stay subscribed for more videos.